Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the CEO Spotlight Series for Unitech Training Academy. My name is Noah Brandon, the CEO, and with me today we have Ms. DaKenya Douglas, Vice President of Student Services at our home office. Welcome.
Thank you.
So happy that you're here and you're able to join us today. Why don't you tell everybody about your background, how you got started, and how you ended up at Unitech?
Sure. I started my journey in higher education in 2001. I cannot believe it's been that long. But I started in financial aid, and financial aid has a way of kind of like hooking you in, right, for life. And so I started with a private university, but I was kind of really intrigued by the idea of, the proprietary school model, and the idea that there were other routes for students to take, and to be super personal, I took that route myself. I started with traditional education and it just wasn't working for my life. So I went out and I found a university that worked for me, and I was able to complete my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, and it helped me immediately in my career. And so I have been a director of financial aid, a director of operations, and a director of education at a campus level. I transitioned to compliance at the corporate level, and then I moved into operations. And so the student experience is kind of my niche, understanding from the beginning, enrollment, all the way through until employment. So that's kind of my journey.
I love it, and I'm so happy you're here with us. As of today's recording, you have been with us 4 weeks?
Almost 4 weeks.
Yeah, about 4 weeks now, and it feels like you've been here much longer than that. You've jumped in and just hit the ground running. So happy to have you. Why don't you tell everybody what your role is, kind of what you're doing here with Unitech?
Sure. So I think student services is really very on point. And so from the beginning, admissions, working with the director, working with the reps, all the way through to financial aid. Super excited about that team in financial aid, into career services, and then compliance. So it's quite a niche that's been carved out for me. I'm excited about the opportunity to work with the team, not only here at the home office, but also at the campuses. So I think it's pulling on all of my strengths, and giving me some opportunities to really be impactful here. So I'm very excited.
That's great. So you have been in leadership roles in different organizations. So again, you've been here a few weeks. What's your impression of the home office so far, of everybody you worked with across the organization? Talk about that.
Sure. First of all, I have to say that your whole team has been entirely supportive. People are so very open to answering questions. I ask a lot of questions, so they've been extremely patient with me. But I think that the idea of this, home office, I know that's some new language you've been trying out, is just that. It's felt very much like home. Sometimes you are in an organization and you're working and you have these ideas that you wish you could get across, or you wish things were different or people were treated differently. And what attracted me about the position after speaking with Noah are all those things that he was able to not only articulate, but I was able to see. And also ask questions, because I knew some people that worked here, so I had a little side information. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I asked the right people.
Well, good. So, talk to me about some of the challenges you think that you're going to face in your role, right? So we have some areas of improvement operationally that we can continue to build on. What are you seeing?
Yeah. Well, I think that, the opportunity here is to really focus on what do we do after the pandemic, right? We all made these changes, our industry changed, our customer changed, but taking, being a part of the changes that Unitech has made, those that work for us, and then some that maybe need to be tweaked, so I think that's the biggest opportunity. And then people is always important, making sure that we have the right people in the right seats, that people are trained, and that people feel supported. So if I thought about challenges ahead, it's staffing, training and development, and it's really helping to redefine, our niche in our industry, and just help grow, Unitech. You guys, there's an amazing, base here, and an amazing mission, and just making sure that everyone is aware of it and takes part of it.
So as we work towards that, what does success look like to you as we're on our journey towards accomplishing all those things?
Sure. So, from an operations lens, obviously, your success is measured by metrics, right? You have, goals that you have to meet and things like that. But also, there's just such a value in, what does that look like for the people that work for you? What does that look like for your students, your graduates, the people that you partner with, employers? And so, through the process of, getting that information through surveys, finding out people who give us referrals, how long we're able to retain employees, employees that get promoted, all those things are signs of success, that go beyond the numbers.
Well, tell me a little bit about what makes you unique. As DaKenya, you're here helping lead our administrative side of our operation across all of our campuses. What do you bring to the table that's unique that can help inspire other people?
Sure. Recognizing that everybody's journey is unique. And we all draw from those experiences. For me, it's really just the scope of the jobs that I've had and the roles that I've had in organizations, coming from financial aid, through operations and education and compliance. And then, for operations, really being, a person who led in human resources, IT. So I've kind of like dipped my toe in a lot of different departments. So I'm naturally open-minded. And I have some flexibility. So I think being able to see things from not just one perspective, but really being able to see what's going to impact the business as a whole. And so that perspective, I really am a person who is always seeking new information. And always challenging the status quo to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the right reason.
Well, I love that. I love everything about the answer, and you're very genuine, and everyone has come up to me and said, man, she is terrific. She's making a great addition to the team. She's already making improvements and working on things, so I think it's great, right? I love it. I'm glad that you're here. But, enough about Unitech. What do you like to do outside of work, right? I'm curious to know, when you're not here helping us grow and do our thing, what do you like to do out, on your own time?
So I'm a real fan of shopping. It's one of my things, I have to say. Okay. I love to read.
Like online or or do you like to go around the stores?
I kind of, depends on what I'm shopping for. If it's like decor, I need to put my hands on it. But clothes I can do online. Really? Okay. I love to travel. I got a chance this year to go to Aruba earlier in 2022. Yeah. So much fun. Yeah, highly recommend. And so I also love spending time with my family and my friends. And I do some community work. I volunteer with Junior League of Baton Rouge. I do host a brunch. It's professional development, entrepreneur brunch that I host quarterly in Baton Rouge. It's called Business Besties Brunch. And I just love being able to give back. And just sometimes you have to reach back and pull people up and give people some, professional development that maybe they didn't get. And so I find ways to do that.
You're busy. I love it. You got a lot going on. I think it's great. Well-rounded. I think you do it. You touch in the community. You're out there shopping. When it comes to shopping, I'm not a big shopper. I don't like it. I get a lot of people give me a hard time because I order my groceries online all the time. And they give you two fields. One, showed me for 2022 I saved like $130 using the service. It's okay. But another one I really liked, it saved me 120 hours. I said, I like that one a lot more. That was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much all online at this point. But I know there are people that really like the experience in person and online. So
yeah. Well, we're very different because I didn't even think of groceries as shopping. I went default was straight to clothes and stuff for the house.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at with it. Well, cool. DaKenya, look, thanks for coming in and sitting down and talking with me. I'm glad everybody got a chance to get to know you a little bit. DaKenya's going to be traveling around to the campuses pretty soon to be able to meet everybody in person. Looking forward to that. When she's going around, go up, talk to her. She wants to meet everybody. She's really excited, and you're going to be happy you did. So until next time, thank you, everybody.